House Speaker Johnson is set to speak alongside Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, and members of Congress in just a couple of minutes here. Emily Wilkins is on Capitol Hill. Emily, I saw you trying to chase them down as they were making their way in. Musk looked like he was maybe carrying one of his kids on his shoulders. What do we expect from this announcement?
So this announcement, the meetings that they've really had today from the lawmakers who have left, they tell us that these are sort of the preliminary conversations. Lawmakers who have gone in say that they're kind of in listening mode. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of the proposals that you've seen Musk and Ramaswamy put forward, it's a very high bar. This idea that they're going to cut $2 trillion in government funding when the discretionary budget that Congress actually appropriates and approves is only $1.7 trillion really shows how difficult this is going to be. So I think today is a bit of a rubber meet the road type situation. Certainly all the Republicans I've spoken with say, yes, we absolutely want to cut government spending. Yes, we absolutely want to make things more effective. What we're trying to actually hear is what is the plan? What is going to actually be done? And I think that's kind of the big question that remains, both today, both for this presser as well as for the next 2 years.
And I saw there have been a couple of tweets on the topic of how much of the federal workforce is working from home, Emily, versus being in the office. The push to bring them back into the office, I imagine, is really a push to say at least utilize the real estate. Or at some level, if everyone can work from home, you'd think from an efficiency point of view, just get rid of the real estate.
Exactly. And Kelly, I think we might see them come here in a minute. But it's interesting. I mean, I've talked with a number of lawmakers, John Cornyn, Susan Collins, who have said, yes, we need to get federal workers back in the office 5 days a week. And they think that might be something that could actually help reduce the federal workforce. And Senator Joni Ernst, who is leading the DOGE caucus in the Senate, she's put together an entire proposal when it comes to federal buildings, how much money they're costing, and whether that might be a way. But again, you look at these costs and you're talking about billions. That is a lot, but it's not hundreds of billions, and it's not trillions, and it's not really at the level where you are going to have that impact. And that's really what I'm hearing from a lot of the lawmakers who are close to spending, is they say, yes, there are absolutely opportunities for cuts, for waste to be eliminated, but in terms of the scope of really having an impact on the debt and the deficit, it's just not clear at this point that they're really going to be able to get there.
Emily, it seems as though Senator Ernst is emerging with a key role in a number of areas here. Obviously, what is her significance with Pete Hegseth as well, and what ends up happening on that front?
Absolutely. So we've seen, of course, reporting today that Senator Joni Ernst, someone who's been an avid defender of the military, a veteran herself, sat down and met with Hegseth. And we know from reporting that Pete Hegseth has had some critical things to say about women in the military. And you heard Senator Ernst. She didn't kind of come right out and lay all her cards on the table, but she said that the vetting process needs to continue. And it's clear that she's not at a yes yet for Hegseth. And there are a number of concerns about his nomination, about some of the things he said, about reports in his history, allegations of sexual assault, allegations of problems with drinking. At the same point, you are seeing, while his nomination might be in trouble, you're seeing other nominations go pretty smoothly. Of course, we're covering Scott Bessent very closely as Treasury Secretary. And at this point, most lawmakers who I've talked to see a very clear path for him to be able to get into that role.
Yeah, I haven't not heard much on that front. No news being good news. Emily, we'll let you get ready. We'll come back to you, and as this event does begin.